One email that keeps coming on the subject of Reptilian Jin. We'll go first with that one because then they can make that the headliner for Mahdi's videos. So, the subject of Reptilian Jin. The Western people, because they have absolutely no understanding of the Jinn, then they talk about these creatures who are called reptilian. And that these reptilian, they occupy many of high society's people. They run and govern many organizations, and then the ones who want to critique it, they make fun of it and say, oh look, these people say they're like lizard people, they're going around and they're overtaking the human person and becoming lizard people. No, it has nothing to do with that at all. This is a breed and a category of the Jinn, whom are unseen. And that when they manifest, and they manifest in the nature and in the character which Allah gave to them of a reptilian form, that they are green, they look like lizards, and they have a different shape, and different shapes. And they have a dirty nature, violent nature, and that their food are the flesh and bones of mankind. That these creatures are of a subtle nature, and they don't need to occupy somebody in a physical realm because they're not physical. They occupy humans by possession. They possess the human being. And once they enter into the human facility or the human being, they overtake all of the faculties of that insan. They see through their eyes, they talk through their lips, they move through their hands, and the appetite and the desires that they have overtake that human being. And that human begins to no longer eat like insan. So it means that these are a category of possession, these are a category of the Jinn nations, and it's very easy for them to overtake this dunya. So when people don't understand that, how do they have the ruling class? Well, because they operate under a different set of rules. That imagine somebody with hundreds of millions of dollars, and one of these Jinn say, I want to take over that person's life. They merely enter into them, and they overtake that individual, and now they operate and own everything that individual owned. Whatever corporation he had, whatever home, whatever house, whatever that individual owns, that Jinn now owns it, runs it, and occupies it. As a result of that, then imagine how much Shaitan is running everything. Because he has all of those running those big corporations. So we said before, this dunya is filled with maqams and stations. These are stations and rewards from Satan, not from Allah. So that to be in a corporation, to be given a certain corporation, to be given a corporation of a certain size, that is a maqam from Shaitan. And to have access to that corporation means that Shaitan has given that individual that maqam. What they've done for him and what they do for him, Allah only knows what type of nefarious activities are involved with these people. Even they begin to look not human anymore. Look, when they started their work until now, how they're at the peak of their shape and their form has changed. Many of their forms, the human person whom they've occupied, because the Jinn are of electrical nature, these people look like they've had electrolysis. Because of the energy that are around the Jinn, when they attach themselves to these people, they even lose their hair, no eyebrows, their body hair, arm hair, leg hairs, because the Jinn are occupied so much around them, and the energy and the electricity of that being, it's like the person has had electrolysis, which is the same understanding. They apply electrical current to the hair follicle and it falls out. So this is a reality of how Shaitan governs all these corporations, all this money, all this banking, all of these maqams, and he holds those as a means in which to entice people to come to his way. They say, oh, you want to sing, do you? Okay, well you give yourself to this master. And as a result, you'll receive a phone call from these big record labels and big companies. Why? Because they're all of these reptilians and shayateen. And they're all holding these maqams. They said, the big boss said that you're going to be signed up. Here's a call, you come in, and this is what you will get. And he pays them according to how much they're going to destroy humanity. That's why you see their concerts with 10,000, 50,000, and that's why you see them getting tens of millions of dollars. Because of how much they can destroy humanity and how quickly they're destroying them. And that's what Allah is describing, that in this view of eternity, and in this 70, 80, 90 years of life, you sold your soul for a small price. And that's the reality of this dunya, and that's the reality of how they control these maqams and these companies and these organizations. That's how they move their wealth and their money around. And they don't die for 2,000 years. I think they asked one of these electric car owners, and he said that he was a 3,000-year-old vampire, and then said, I'm just joking. But he wasn't joking. So this is how Shaitan operates the dunya. And alhamdulillah, Allah doesn't allow awliya to do that, because they could enter into people and overtake them too. But there's different rules right now. Inshallah, with the sword of Sayyidina Mahdi Salam, that these devils be brought down, inshallah. Inshallah. Muhammad al-Mustafa, Wasir Rasul, and Fatiha.